everybody, it's Robin. I'm sitting here working on a new way to store my stamps. Right now they were in a mix match of they were in this basket and they're in original packaging. I'm going to do different ones for this little stamp storage set, and then I'm going to work on my dies. But I got this from Jennifer McQuire Ink here on YouTube, and I'm almost done with what was in this box. I probably have a good, I don't know, 20 of them in here. But she just gave an idea for a cohesive way to give your stamps unity, so that they look alike. So what you need are, well, I'll show you a full package. These Avery L clear pockets. It says stamp and die storage. It's a set of 25, and the size is 5 5/8 by 7 3/8. Okay, this is for the stamps and or stamp and die. If they have a matching die set, I'll show you what we do there. And then this is what you need from Simon, and I got those at Simon Says Stamps, and also obviously these are for my die sets that I'm going to be storing in a different basket than these. Okay, so let me just show you what I've done so far. Okay, so as you know, they came in all these miscellaneous packagings. We have some from Fiskars. I had a Heidi Swap set, paper smooches. This was a stamp and then a matching die, and I put them together. I'll show you in just a moment. Some from Recollections. Had a neat and oh, that's garbage. I had a neat and tangled set I just got in the mail. You haven't seen yet. Avery L, Technique Tuesday, and Simon Says Stamps, DIY, etc. Okay, so when you have them in your basket and they're in all these different packagings, some are taller, some are shorter, and then you have some really super tall ones like these from Inkadinkado and Fiskars that I'm going to have to show you in a minute what she taught us to do. She could probably do this so much better than I can. So if you want to, well, obviously I'll leave her link below, but I just want to show you it's really very easy. So you just need, for your stamps and or matching dies, these pockets here. I have a label maker, but by all means, you don't need that. You could stamp on labels and write in whatever. But what I did was, this one was from a Recollections. Okay, so it originally came in like this one, okay? Obviously, so these don't come with cardstock. I just simply, well, I'll show you. Okay, so I took a paper trimmer and I took a piece of inexpensive white cardstock, the 8.5 by 11, okay? And I already marked on my paper trimmer, just for future reference, at 7 3/8 and 5 1/2. Wait, is that 5 1/2 or let's see? Well, not quite. I'll show you the mark so you know where those black dots are. It's perfect. So that's why I marked it up, because I had to. I was starting wider and it was just too tight to get in, and I ended up right there. So I'm not even going to figure that out. I just marked it, so feel free to pause it and look at that. So I do this first. I do my lengthwise cut. So we are at 7 3/8, and I cut down there. And for those, if you're a visual person, this is where 7 3/8 is on the ruler. You can see my black dots again right here. Okay. All right. So once I made that cut lengthwise, took that off, I turn it, and I find my next dots here, which is at the 5 and it's in between 5 and 4/8 and 5 and 5/8. So all right, there we go. Actually, one side's a little wider on that cut for some reason. Okay, so what you do, so I just did a whole bunch of those. I just got a good stack of paper and I just made all my cuts first. So therefore I have this pile of paper already cut up. All right. Then I take my clear pocket and I take a piece of that cardstock that I just cut up. It's a little tight, but I just kind of work it down in there. And they're all going to stand so nice and even. Sometimes I just use my finger to help push this paper down in place. You see how that fits perfect and it has a fold? All right, so let's go ahead and do one of these. So I did from this from Hero Arts on my paper, well, all right. Did I already do that one? I did. Okay, so on my label maker, well, I'll do it for this one because I haven't made a label for this one. So it's Hero Arts. So I'm going to type in Hero Arts. I'm going to hit my little button right here. That'll give me a second line. I have it on a small font. And then I'm going to write down the name of the stamp set. And so by hitting this, it's taking me to the second line. And the name of the stamp set is High Heels. So I'm just going to type in High Heels. I hit Bead Print. It comes up the side here, and then this here is your scissor. So you press it and you can pull it out. There's a lot of extra. This is how it printed. There's a lot of extra, so I just kind of trim it up a bit on the sides, nice and even, with just some little scissors. Now if you're interested, I got this label maker at Office Depot. They have them at Staples, Walmart, wherever. This one is a Brother P-Touch M. I don't know, I'll just show you. It says Brother. Okay, and then it says this, P-Touch M. You can go to www.ptouch.com, and then just for, this is just the refills I get at Michael's, or not Michael's, Office Depot, okay? And it takes, here we go, here's some more information, model number and everything if you want to pause that, and it takes 4 AAA batteries. Okay, so now that I did that, what I do is I peel off the back. And mine is black writing on white tape. That's what I chose. You can do clear labels. You can do color label. Ooh, I organized my spice cabinet in my kitchen. Also, I bought these storage units online. They're plastic. They pull out and then anchor down, so you can just pick your spices. It's awesome because I'm a spice fanatic. I'll get into that anyway, but I use that for that. Okay, so now this is what it looks like, nice and neat. I just take this out. Okay. Well, it has stickies. Let me take the stickies off, or it'll be a pain to get in and out all the time. The other ones didn't have this, just this one. I'm just rolling these little rubber things off that I haven't used the stamp set yet. Okay, there we go. And you simply just slide it in like that, and then I take the flap and I tuck it back behind the cardstock like so, and then that's it. So when you get a full stack, so instead of looking odd and incohesive and not being able to, you know, you have different sizes, as you can see here, that would be standing up, and they all have different packaging and stuff. Now they will all look the same in your basket. See? Now I just have to find a basket that fits. Let me see. This basket here that I got at Michael's is not quite wide enough this way, but you can see now in a basket how nice they will look. They will all be the same size. That's what it would look like from the side. So that is what I am doing, and I'm absolutely loving it. What I wanted to show you also, let me find one that, so eventually also she tells you to go to the office supply store and get inexpensive plastic folders. She cuts them the same width but a little taller. Okay, she rounds the corners with her corner rounder, and then she makes a title of like Simon Says Stamps or Recollections or Paper Smooches, or however you want to organize them for your head. Okay, but these are for average sized cards or stamp sets. Now this one is from Paper Smooches, and it's called Woofers and Tweeters. It's a stamp, and I also got the matching dies because they will cut out the dogs. So not only did I just do what I showed you, I put who it's by and the name of the stamp set, but then I did a second one in it, just a single line saying stamp and die set, and the matching dies are in the back. Okay, that way everything's in one spot. I know glancing through that this has a matching die, same as this one. Now this one's smaller, and I'm probably going to do it again like I do these little ones, but for now I just wanted to get all my stamps done. So the matching, this one is from Simon Says Stamps, and it's called Your Possum, and it's a stamp and die set. So the stamps are there, the dies are on the back. Okay, so that is where I'm at right now. If you get a wide set or a tall set that doesn't fit in here, she taught us what to do on a separate video with that, and I will be back to show you how to do those. Okay, I'm going to do my darndest to try and do this correctly. I'm learning this with you guys for the longer stamp sets. So these are stamp sets that you can buy just taller envelopes if you want, but I want everything the same height. It just looks better in my album. What you could do is you could do it like this, just tuck the flap in front. If that doesn't bother you, that little bit hanging out in the basket. This one I was just able to trim down along the bottom and the top a little bit, and it fits absolutely perfect, so I didn't need to do anything to that. But you can see how they look in the basket now. I'm going to lay this down. Let me fix that up. Okay, so they're all the same height and everything, and if I were to add this one sticking out of the top, if that, I mean, it's clear, so if that doesn't bother you, that's all you need to do. But Jennifer went a step further because she did want the flap protecting the stamp set. Okay, so I already made my label. This one is by Inkadinkadoo, and it's called Road Trip. And I have a Fiskars one, 2 Fiskars, and 3 Inkadinkadoos to do up that, yeah. So what she said to do was take one of the envelopes that we actually use here, okay? And we get our paper trimmer. I don't even need that out. Basically, we are just cutting them apart. So we're just barely taking the edge off of these. See, I just barely trimmed off the edge of that. Okay? I'm just going to do it to the bottom and the top. So basically, I'm just making 2 pieces. I guess if you had some overhead paper, maybe transparency paper, maybe, I don't know, this is just what she did, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm sure there are other options. We're going to use this kind of like a sticker sheet, so to speak, kind of like what these are on. Okay, so now I have 2 separate pieces. I'll cut the flap off of this one for the next one, because I have to do this 6 times, but I'm only going to do one with you. Alright, we're just cutting that flap off. And feel free to use your scissors too if you need to. That's fine. Okay, so this one is going over here for my next one. Alright, now, what she did was she basically took these and just rearranged them on the sticker sheet, okay? You might have to play around a little bit with it to get different ways for them to fit. But she says all in all, you could pretty much find a way for them all to fit. You just have to, she said she hasn't come across a stamp set she hasn't been able to fit yet. So basically, I guess it's just like a puzzle. Let me see, let's do. I feel like you need to play the Jeopardy song or something. Do, 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 do. Okay, we are just about done, and as you can see, I'm going to have plenty of room. It's just rearranging them, that's all. Okay, and I know what you're going to ask next. You're going to ask, well, what do I do about seeing what images they are? And I'm sure you can figure out what we're going to do here. But just give me a second and we'll do it together. Okay. Whoop, that one moved a little bit. All right. They don't have to be perfect on here. So see, normally you would have this to kind of show you what the images look like stamped. But now these are clear. And if that doesn't bother you or you can figure it out, okay. But in case you're a person that wants to see it, what we're going to do is ink up our stamp set. I'm going to take that white sheet of cardstock out that I had already put in the envelope. And then I'm going to lay it down onto this stamp set. Now this one has not been used yet, so it may not ink up perfect the first time. If that bothers you and you want to do it again, by all means, knock yourself out. All right, so I'm going to take this out. I'm going to lay it on top. And I'm just going to press. Okay, hopefully we got good images here, or at least decent. And there you go. Okay, so what we do, we put this back in here. Now see, it's not very dark in some areas, but you know what? That's okay. I know what it says. I know what it means. And then I'm just going to simply put this stamp set, I'm just going to slide it in right behind it. I guess I could have just done all that together. Why I didn't, couldn't tell you. Okay, let me see. Wondering if I need to trim the sides of this just a little bit more. I think I do. So, because I just barely took the edge off, so I'm just going to cut along a side a little bit more so it slides in a little easier, which is no problem because I have plenty of room. And we're doing this together, so like I said, I haven't done this yet. I'm just going by what I remember seeing on her. If I need to, I still have room to do it on the other side as well. You know what? Okay, there we go. Tuck the flap in the back behind the stamp set. So now I have the name, I have the stamped images, and you can see the stamps. Or you could just stamp it if you don't mind that at all, then that's fine. Looks a little bit different than that, but they're the same size. It was a taller, as you can see, it was a taller stamp set. So one of those two ways should work for you. Let me know if you guys do this or not. I'm going to get smaller envelopes so I can do, I just started getting some of these smaller stamp sets, and I might, I was thinking of doing it for these as well, but I had already purchased the other envelopes. But check out my blog. All of this will be on my blog step by step with pictures. Check out Jennifer McQuire Ink on YouTube, and yeah, pick baskets out from the dollar store or get the ones that she suggests from the Container Store. But I hope you like this, and I hope it inspires you to get your craft room looking nice and cohesive. So I will talk to you later. Thanks for stopping by. See ya. Hi everybody, it's Robin. So I got my stamps all done, so now I'm going to start on what die cuts I have. I'm new to this, so I don't have too many. Like I said before, if I already have a stamp set that has a matching die, like this one, I have the stamp set. The back I went ahead and put the dies, and I let myself know that the die set's there. But for just dies, I have these pockets, and they are 5 by 5. I bought them from Simon Says Stamp, and actually they are CD case holders. So I cut paper down. I think I cut them, let me see, 4 3/4 by 4 3/4. Yep, so that it would give me a little room to slide it down in there. And so this is what it looks like. This is the Sizzix Stamping Up little embossing and die cut folder, and it's called Beautiful Wings. So I have it open so I can kind of see, and then in the back I went ahead and die cut it out so I could use these as masks for some time. But let's put one together again. So let's do this one, I guess. This one has little butterflies. Okay. So I'm just going to put my cardstock in, and this is just really inexpensive cardstock. Don't spend, don't use your good stuff for these. This is just cardstock probably got from Walmart, to be honest with you. It's a little, not too tight fitting, but it's enough to keep it nice and stable. I will put my dies in the front. My masks in the back that I've cut out. Okay, slide them in the back. There is a little tab that pulls out that I could, so you don't have to worry about your dies falling out. Now with my label maker, I already made here we go. This die was an Elizabeth Craft Design. I bought it at a crop, so it's really kind of long, so I'm just kind of trimming down the edges. I'm going to peel the backing off. And I'm just going to line it up here. Look how nice that is. All nice, one place. So when I have them in my box or my bag or wherever I'm going to keep them, I'm going to probably get a cute little basket that fits probably from the dollar store. I'll take an example of each one of, my stamps or whatever with me so I can fit it perfectly. That's it. And it's really very easy, simple to do, and it makes your things look very uniform, and I love that. I don't know if it's the paramilitary in me or what, but anyway, I just wanted to let you see how I did that. Let's do one more. This one's a happy birthday, or a sentiment. Let me see. Birthday words from Paper Smooches. So this one was Paper Smooches, and I have my card. Okay. All right. I have my mask, my little cutouts. A couple letters fell out, that's all right. Just pick them up and shove them in there as well. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. And then I'm just going to drop these in. You can washi tape them on if you want to, but I don't need that. I just want to know what's in there. Pull that little tab, tuck in the top, trim down my little label. And sometimes they come off really quick for me and sometimes they don't. Give me a second. But again, I got this idea from Jennifer McQuire Ink on YouTube. She also has a blog. And I just really liked the end result, how it looked, how everything looked together and not confusing in any way. Okay, so that's it. 3 different types of dies and embossing folder or whatever. You could do it with embossing folders if you wanted to, but that's it. I'm going to finish these up. Thank you so much for joining me. See you in the next video. Bye.